From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
And with that, we say good evening to you all. Welcome inside another edition of The Locker Room. That man is Elijah Collins. My name is Justin Prince. Thanks so much for making us a part of your Friday night. And Elijah, a lot of conferences around the state, in the area, you name it, they've done away with in-season tournaments, but there are two here in Northeast Indiana that continue to play on.
That's right, Justin. The ACAC tournament is in its 100th year, this longest running tournament in the state. Of course, outside of the state tournament, and the NECC continues on strong as well.
Yeah, and the NECC tourney, they have provided some great matchups over the years. This year appears to be no difference. Perhaps the best game in the area going on tonight in the NECC semifinals. West Noble boys taking on Prairie Heights. This game taking place up at Fairfield. 3A number 6 Chargers, they come in 10-1. Prairie Heights also comes in 10-1. Their only loss, an OT decision against West Noble just before Christmas. Chargers ended the first half on a 17-2 run, but the Panthers came out hot in the second. Isaiah Malone puts back his own miss. A little bit later, Chase Batchelor takes the feed inside. Too strong for the defender, knocks down the shot. A little bit later, Malone again. Panthers take a 9-0 run out of the locker room, 6 of those coming from Malone, but he fouled out in the third. Big loss for Prairie Heights, and West Noble would take advantage. A little bit later, Aiden Zavala getting the lefty floater to fall, finally ends that Panther run. And then Batchelor trying to take over here, drives in, gets the and one, puts his team on top, 29-28. But Austin Kripe got going late. Kid is a torch when he gets hot, Elijah, and he showed it tonight. Look at that step back. He's the school's all-time leading scorer for a reason. Gives the Chargers the lead right back. Next possession goes full court. He's going to lay it in for a 35-33 lead, and that would do it. Kripe with a game-high 18 points as the Chargers hold on to win 39-33.
We've played some close games, and I think every time you can be in that situation, you just learn more and more, you know, how to handle certain moments, how to play with poise and confidence at the same time. And I was just really proud of our guys for really staying together, controlling emotions, and staying focused on the job at hand.
I think we all stick together tonight really well. You know, we all like each other, and we were just there for each other when we needed them, like, the most. So I think that's what we'll take from it. And, you know, we win in different ways. You know, sometimes we're up big, and then other times, you know, it's a tough game like this where it's kind of back and forth, but we just find ways to win. So that's exciting.
The Chargers move on to the NECC tourney finals. They're going to face Central Noble tomorrow night at Garrett. Elijah.
All right, good for them. All right, we now head over to Elmer Stratman Gymnasium to see the Woodland Warriors taking on the Southern Wells Raiders. This one was a bit lopsided, as you probably expected. We start off in the second half. Alex Miller gets it to Braden Smith for the score. Take Woodland up 53-12. It's all right. Keep fighting. The Raiders would have a couple moments in this game, though. Evan Pennington with the Euro step out to Chandler Oswald, who knocks down the three with the contact. Warriors up 53-19. Later on, Dawson Leachy gets it to Trey Yoder, and he hits the tray ball there. Fourth quarter we go. Now Yoder shoots the three. Here it is. We got some more of him. He misses, but DJ Garrett crashes the board and gets the second chance put back. Woodland gets this one done easily. They take home the victory 67-25, your final.
So they're on to the ACAC tourney finals. Who are they going to see? The winner of this one between Adamson Central and Heritage down in Jay County tonight. Fourth quarter. pick this one up. Tight ball game. Braylon Reber with the bucket inside puts AC up, and then a little bit later they force the turnover. Micah McClure gonna get the bucket to go right there. AC goes on to win 43-36, so it's them versus Woodland for the ACAC tourney title tomorrow at 6 at Bluffton.
All right, next matchup, the Norwell Knights hosting the Braves of Belmont tonight. The Knights looking to stay undefeated in conference play. See if they can. First bucket of the game goes to the Braves. Trent Geimer with the drive, the jumper pretty, the swish, and the Belmont guard stays hot to kick off the game. Here is Jack Schumann with the hezzy. The drive drops it in off the glass. The Braves lead 4-2 after the bucket. The Knights would pick things up pretty quickly. Norwell in transition. Here he is, misses the layup, but grabs the rebound and drops it back in through contact. That's Jake Parker giving his team the lead after that. Later in the frame, the Knights moving the rock well. Here it is. Good ball movement. Leighton Bailey lobs one up to Luke McBride, lays it in off the alley-oop. I see McBride. Belmont stays competitive early, but Norwell pulls away. The Knights win it 69-54.
All right, we make our way out to New Haven now. A good one out at Armstrong Arena. Bulldogs hosting Leo for some NE8 action. Second quarter, Trey Heitshoe takes it in, gets through the defense, finishes, puts the Lions up by 4. A little bit later, his brother Nolan, he can ball too. Takes it the length of the court. And check this out. Drains the ice-cold and one 3-ball. Leo goes up by 5, but the Bulldogs were barking and biting tonight. Mylan Graham, dude's a pretty good basketball football player. He can play some basketball too. It's pretty Euro step. All right, I see you. This one was close. Leo only up 3 there. Later on, Heitshoe threads the needle to Colin Butler for the score. Puts the Lions back up by 5. This one going down to the wire late, but Bulldogs come away a winner. Congrats to New Haven, 56-55 the final.
All right, that was a good one. Vikings trailing in the third. Here is next matchup, Huntington North Columbia City. Eric Hosler gets the bounce off the front of the rim, brings this game within 4 points, but Columbia City, hey, they wouldn't let up. They built their lead back up again until Tyler Carr, off the inbound, strong play in the post, gets the Vikings back within 2 possessions. But Columbia City, they proved to be much down the stretch. Andrew Hedrick, finds Cameron Hodge, open in the corner, sinks the big 3-pointer. That gives the Eagles an 8-point lead. Less than 5 minutes to go. Huntington North never let up. Here's Zach Nash with a nice steal. He gets fouled at the hoop, but the Vikings couldn't convert their chances. C-City ices the game with free throws. The Eagles pick up the win tonight, 44-34.
All right, we're going to make our way over to the SAC now. Northside, just one of 2 teams still unbeaten in conference play. They're hosting 3-8 Northrop over at Bahia Arena. Tom Allen in the building. Likely checking out this guy, Tay Johnson. Smacks down the 3-ball, makes it a 7-point game in favor of the Bruins. A little bit later, Bruins trying to hold on to that lead for dear life. Don LeRae Reese Jr. answers with a 3-ball of his own, extends that lead, but talk about a comeback for the legends. Yeah. For the ages, for the legends. Brayshawn Bassett calls his own number. Finish at the cup, good for 2, and Northside posts a big second half. They stay unbeaten in conference play. They get a close win, 74-73.
Shout out to the Legends, man. All right, over to Kilmore Court we go. Homestead also trying to remain undefeated in conference play. Tonight, they host the Snyder Panthers, who are still looking for the first conference win. Third quarter, Homestead's up by 2. Will Jameson, he's got a nice little jumper.
Man, he's smooth.
Yeah, Spartans lead 25-21 after the bucket. Later in that same frame, Snyder pushing the break. The senior in the quarter, Jordan Lee.
He's got a clip on him, man.
The 3-ball.
He's got a clip.
He's got a clip. He shows you why. Gets the 3-ball that goes. Spartans
and the flow.
Under the shot and the flow. There you go. Spartans also remain undefeated in conference play. They get the win 50-40. All
right, next stop in the SAC comes down on Winchester Road. Wayne hosting Bishop Dwenger. Generals got out hot in this one. Chase Barnes knocking down the corner 3-ball. He had 22 points. Wayne takes a 5-point lead. A little bit later, they're going to force the turnover. That's going to result in an easy bucket here for Javon Lewis Jr.'s double-double, 12 points, 10 assists for J. Lou, and it's a 7-0 Wayne lead. Dwenger would battle right on back, though. Ball in to Preston Ross in the post. He gets the hoop plus the harm, cuts the lead back down to a pair, but this one all Wayne tonight. H.J. Dillard showing off the range. Knocks down 3 of his 7. He had 9 rebounds as well. Wayne gets back in the win column, 61-43.
All right, over to Ricart Gymnasium. Concordia looking to avenge their first conference loss from last week, taking on Southside. Picked this one up in the third. Cadets with the lead, but Southside looking to make a run. Force a turnover, but on the other end, check out Washington with the denial. That gets Concordia out running, and it's going to end up resulting in Grant Hayworth's bucket. Makes a 9-point Cadet lead. Hey, they kept building on it. Ben Bentz.
Love that name.
Yeah, I like it.
Love that name.
To the rack, give him the bucket plus another. Concordia would open up a 14-point lead after that. Hey, but Southside would battle right back. Marcus Oakey, here he is, cleaning up the offensive glass, gets the lead back down inside single digits after the bucket, but Concordia hangs on in the end. Joe Tapp to the cup. Concordia bounces back to top Southside, 61-55.
All right, final boys stop in the SAC comes over at Bishop Lures. The Knights hosting Ryan Abbott's Carroll Chargers tonight. Picked this one up just before half. Knights down just 2 until Damian Jackson cleans up the offensive glass, gets the stick back to drop, and we're all tied up. But Carroll would take control after that. Jackson Pardon left wide open, and Pardon knee.
Excuse me.
But that is not the man you want to do that to. Cans a 3-ball. Chargers back on top, and they would not trail again. They force the turnover. That gets Darian Truesdale out and running for the easy fast break deuce. And then that Charger D coming through once again. Forces another turnover here. Check out the bunnies from Cannon Hauser.
Let's see it.
Gets a little bit of help from the rim.
We'll take it.
But it's still a dunk. Chargers lead by 11 at half. It was all curtains from there. Carroll wins 82-55.
All right, over in the NLC, leading Mishawaka ranked 16th in 4A this week, hosting Wawasee at the Cave. Second quarter, we had a close game on our hands. Arthur Jones, here he is, knocks down the 3-ball, gives the Cavemen a little breathing room. Later on, Mishawaka football coach Keith Kinder joined this one. Wawasee battling tonight. Carson Smith, here he is, drives in the lane, hits the layup. Warriors within 4. Mishawaka, they're going to turn up the deal a little bit. It's Arthur Jones again, a steal at the top of the key in the basket on the other end. Mishawaka wins it 69-43.
All right, elsewhere in the NLC tonight, Warsaw came in with a undefeated record in conference play. They would not leave that way.
Ooh.
Tigers fall to Goshen tonight, 51-48 in that one. All right, it's time for our first break of the evening, but don't you go anywhere. We've still got plenty to get to. Big-time girls matchups in the SAC are on tap, and we check it back in with the NECC and ACAC tournaments. Stick around.
This is The Locker Room.
Welcome back inside the locker room, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Well, Elijah, as the games continue to wind down here in this girls' season, we continue to sort out the cream of the crop in our area conferences.
Yeah, you got that right, Justin. But in the SAC, things are still pretty interesting with just a few weeks to go. But Homestead and Northrop have just 1 loss in conference play. And, of course, Snyder lurking right behind with just their 1 loss. The Panthers and Spartans squaring off tonight over at Kilmore Court. Homestead 14-2, ranked 8th in the 4A. Snyder comes in 13-4, just one conference loss. First quarter, got to respect the defense from the Panthers. Forces a turnover. Jordan Poole tosses it up to Janae Donahue for the easy layup. Panthers take a 12-6 lead, but hey, how about the run for the Sparties? Whitney Ackenbrook tucked in the cut, drains the 3-pointer just like that. It's a 1-point game, but hey, with seconds winding down, check this out. Jordan Poole with the long-range 3, gets it to end the first quarter. The second quarter we go. It's going to be Emma Royce. She had a very good game tonight, doing work for her team, makes it coast to coast for the easy 2. Spartans fight their way back to force overtime, but the Snyder Panthers finish the job in the end. Poole showing out tonight, dimes it down to Donahue once again. Those 2 led with 19 points each. Snyder downs the Spartans tonight, 68-62.
Man, it was a real big win. It was good good to be able to bounce back from last week. Just a confidence booster. So, you know, we're going to keep playing hard and keep getting to the next games. To mentally prepare, we got to stay working hard, and it shows us how much harder we got to keep working. So we're going to stay consistent and get the rest of the wins.
It was a very good win, especially since they're a top team in the state. And coming from a loss, I think it's building our confidence back so we can get better.
So, Northrop, now the lone unbeaten team in the SAC. Will it stay that way after they host 6 and 11, or after they visit, 6 and 11 Northside? Short answer, yes. Long answer, let's watch the highlights. That was Brooklyn McLemore getting the easy bucket. Bruins on the board first. Other end, Legends with an answer. Micaiah Harmeyer drops the triple from the corner. Legends take the lead. Moments later, though, the Bruins back on the move. Swin Jackson sees an open lane, takes it to the cup. She is unbothered, and the Bruins take a 10-3 lead, but got to give credit to the Legends, not backing down without a fight. Jalea Page adding to the stat sheet, gets her own board plus the bucket, but not nearly enough from the Northside girls tonight. Bruins secure the win 89-30, and they are the lone unbeaten squad in the SAC. They're 7-0.
All right, back down to the south side we go. No mark reading for Carroll tonight as the Chargers take on Lures. Second quarter, tight ball game. Carroll trying to get some separation. Pass goes to Kayla Gibbs in the corner. The Spring Arbor signee steps into for a game-high 17 later. Knights get a little lazy with the ball. Taylor Fordyce picks off the pass, takes it back for 2. The St. Francis signee had 13 tonight. Chargers up 4. The Lures would fight back before half, though, in transition. Addie Shank puts down 2 of her team-high 15. And then check out Annika Davis. Floats home the 2-pointer here off the buzzer. Ties the game at half, but Carroll, they're going to take care of business in the second. Jersey, Paul pitched in with 11. Chargers winning 59-52.
All right, back down to Wayne Manor we go. Lady Generals also squaring off with Bishop Dwenger tonight. Pick things up in the third. Wayne with the lead, but Dwenger keeping it tight. Giselle Eke puts down 2 of her team-high 17. It's a 2-point ball game, but it was all Generals after that. Sydney Gorman, cash money from the corner. She had 3 tonight, all 3 of them coming right there. A little bit later, you're going to see Khalees Collins showing off a little bit of the range. Hell yeah. Big girl showing off the range, splashes home the 15-footer. She had 15 on the night. And then Anaya Hill, 3-ball from up top, nothing but bottoms. She had a game-high 18. Wayne runs away with things tonight, 66-43.
All right, final girls stop in the SAC comes back at Reichert Gymnasium. Southside and Concordia squaring off. Cadettes controlled this game from the tip. Here it is, off the game's opening touch. Sella Kaiser gets an easy bucket, and it's a 2-point Concordia lead. They kept their foot on the gas later on. Olivia Bollinger splashes home the 3-ball, gets it to go, puts Concordia up 7 after the bucket. Archers would try to hang in this one early. Justice Billingsley gets to the cup here, plus the foul gets the Concordia lead back to single digits. This was all Concordia tonight. Annika Nelson steals the inbounds, takes it back the other way for the bucket, and Concordia rolls 71-41, the final.
All right, bump up to Goshen now. NECC tourney semifinals on tap. Fairfield taking on West Noble. Pick up the action. Second half, Bria Garber misses the first, gets her board and puts it off the glass. A little bit later, a 3-point barrage for our ladies from Fairfield. That was Bailey Willard with nothing but net for the 3. Next Fairfield possession, Willard once again from the corner buries another. And then how about
another
Miss
one?
Willard facilitating this time. Finds Morgan Gothrop in the corner. She's going to knock down the long ball as well. Fairfield cruises to a 62-16 victory. They're going to see Central Noble in the NECC tourney title at Garrett tomorrow at 6.
All right, we go back out to Woodland to see the Lady Warriors take on Southern Wells and the Lady Raiders. In the first quarter, Addie Goheen starting this one off strong. She hits Brianna Roney, who nails the tray and gets the Warriors out to a 3-0 lead, and that would be the story of the first. Later on, Ava Smith with a nice drive. She scores, would have a big first quarter. Woodland up 5, and then it's Ava Smith. And once again, showing off some high post moves. Here she is. Gets the finish. Warriors now up 9-0. They get the bucket to go, but later on, fast break, and she scores another basket. Woodland holds Southern Wells scoreless in the first quarter. Warriors going to win this one big, 50-19, their final.
So Woodland's on to the ACAC title game. Who are they going to face? Winner of this one between Jay County and South Adams. It was the Pats who came out hot. First quarter, Renna Schwederman left wide open, and that is not something you want to do. She drills a 3-17 for the PFW signee, and that was pretty much all she wrote in this one. Jay County rolls tonight. They are on to the ACAC tourney title. They win 72-31. And it's time to check in on our play of the night. We're going to go back to Reichert Gymnasium for it. Johnny Washington with the big denial on one end. That's going to lead to a bucket for Grant Hayworth on the other. Cadets turning some defense and offense. They pick up.
Love those plays.
I do.
The big block leading to the layup.
Yeah, and they pick up a big win tonight as well.